very small, 5'5", 5'6", skinny.
But his skills were still equal or better in terms of throwing the ball.
And everybody told him that, you know, it was going to take somebody taller to play the quarterback.
But he was very, very bright, bouncing off the walls all the time. Was a good athlete, but he was just one of the late bloomers, I think, out of the freshman class. But he was on our top team, and he was just an extreme competitor.
On August 30th, just 7 weeks after arriving on campus, Baker Mayfield became the first true freshman walk-on quarterback in history to start a season opener at a BCS conference school. That day, he threw for 413 yards and 4 touchdowns while running for another. Texas Tech beat SMU 41-23.
Very demanding of our quarterbacks here, and we put a lot on him, but so far he's risen to the occasion.
Mayfield hails from Lake Travis High School in Austin, Texas, where he led the Cavaliers to a state title his junior year. That season, the team went undefeated, and Mayfield threw for 45 touchdowns with only 5 interceptions. As expected, Division I scholarship offers started coming in from all over the country.
We did start getting some calls, and when the college guys would come through, they'd ask him to see how big his hands were. They'd ask him how tall is he really, coach, and things like that. But he did get a lot of attention because he had put up some great stats, and when they see his video, he's throwing the ball around everywhere. He made plays with his feet.
And then they stopped.
January rolled around and he didn't have a commit, you know, he wasn't committed anywhere. That's really when it started to be very difficult and stressful for the easygoing Baker that we had always known.
Lake Travis struggled during Mayfield's senior season, posting a 9-2 record. And once his dream school, TCU, opted for another quarterback, Mayfield was suddenly left without many options.
Actually, Gina and I made the call on telling TCU just back off. If you're not going to do it, we don't want to see you, you know. And the guy that was recruiting was a class act, young guy. But so we pulled back on that, and we had discouraged Washington State. So yes, there was a lot of pressure.
Mayfield chose to walk on at Texas Tech, where his former high school teammate Michael Brewer was the starting quarterback. A few months later, Brewer injured his back, and Tech was left with 2 true freshman quarterbacks.
They were both ready to go, both mentally and physically prepared for, you know, whoever's going to be named starting quarterback. But kind of going in through the week, we kind of had an idea, but not really. We were all just kind of looking around saying, you know, who's going to be the quarterback. But yeah, I mean, he's a great kid. He did a great job, and I'm real impressed, you know, real pleased with his decision, Coach Cliff's decision on putting him back there. I think he's doing a hell of a job.
You know, he really surprised a lot of us, and that's just, you know, he came out and he was ready to play. So.
After beating out fellow freshman quarterback Davis Webb, Mayfield started the first 5 games for the Red Raiders. And although a knee injury kept him out of the game against Iowa State, he has amassed almost 1,500 yards and 8 touchdowns in a season where he was not expecting to play at all.
I think he's got, you know, a great future ahead of him. I think you saw his progress in high school. He really developed, and I think the same could be here. We have talented players around him, and so if he continues just to worry about himself and not try to do it all, I think he's got a really good future.